Finale der German Masters 2016 nur knapp gescheitert.
Three seeded players out, two seeded players through. Alan Norris and Dave Chisnell making it through to the final day of action here at the European Darts Open, while Carl Anderson, Gowen Price and Ian White have all fallen by the wayside. K.Huybrechts, ever present on the European Tour, one of only two players to have played every single one of them. Peter Wright, the other, taking on Chris Dobey, a man who has really hit form of late, made his second Pro Tour final and averaged 110 in that final, but got battered by Michael van Gerwen. It is Hollywood Chris Dobey versus the Hurricane K.Huybrechts for a spot in the last 16. Winner of this one faces either Joe Cullen or Danny Noppert. Paul Nicholson alongside me, Dan Dawson, in the commentary box for the sixth game of 8 in this afternoon session.
Quite a dishy section of the draw, I feel, Dan. Like Kim or Dobey versus Cullen or Noppert. It's got a lot of different connotations. We obviously like the form of Dobey. Played very well yesterday against Wayne Jones. Wayne Jones didn't know what hit him. I've never seen Chris Dobey play so quick.
First leg, it's Kim to throw first. Game on.
Well, K.Huybrechts has cashed in every single Pro Tour event this year bar one. He's had a couple of deep runs, but semi-final is the best he's done. That was on the UK Open qualifiers. He had a quarter-final as well. Everything else has been sort of last 32s, last 16s, second round.
125.
He's picking up money. And it's not really the start of the year where Kim is traditionally at his best. It's usually the back end of the year when he really kicks into gear. So it's actually a pretty encouraging start to 2018 for the Hurricane.
Wasn't Kim getting some tutelage from a well-known darts pundit?
140.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty certain he had a couple of sessions with Wayne Mardle.
81.
And Wayne was looking at
167.
his arm and just trying to point some things out. Well, since then he's been playing rather well.
97.
Two-time Euro Tour winner, K.Huybrechts. Man who has made a major final in the PDC.
59.
Man who's played in the Premier League a couple of years. Great in this area of the board. Double 16, double 8.
54.
Not on this occasion.
140.
This would sting. Can't find the first 60, but can line up tops if he just floats this one over the top.
100.
Very well done. Just in case Kim can't take care of double 8. But that is a problem that he no longer has to think about Chris Dobey, because it has been taken care of by the 10th seed.
Yeah, Kim an ever present on the European Tour, although
41.
That run might not necessarily continue, I understand, due to an administrative error.
121.
I don't think he's been entered in to two of the Euro Tours that are coming up, so he's going to have to go and play the qualifiers.
Yeah, there's a deadline for, well, there's a deadline for number 3 and number 4, for Saarbrücken and for Graz. I am led to believe that that deadline was missed for entry, even though it doesn't cost any money. So that administrative error could cost him, but he does have the possibility of getting through the qualifiers. Now, even though he's number 10 seed, he'll have to go through the qualifiers if he wants to keep that ever presence.
58.
The way he's playing, I'd back him to get through it. The silver lining is, if he does get through the qualifiers, the Friday money will count towards the rankings. Whereas in this situation, if he loses on a Saturday, the money does not count towards the rankings.
Yeah, so if he does get through the qualifiers, no massive harm done. But he is always a threat, particularly on these Euro Tour stages. Still don't think we've seen the best of K.Huybrechts.
125. Give me
young man.
132.
Phenomenally talented. That's a wild one, though, going for the bullseye. Yanking it down.
48.
To the 10.
113.
Yep, it's on. Topsy once.
Game's on the second leg. Christo.
Said it twice yesterday, Dan, and I'll stick by it. Shots like 113, 114, 116, okay, where they go 60. Lovely 180 from Kim. Pure force in that arm. But when it's 60, single away from that 60, and then tops, you gauge how good the tops is going to be by where the dart in the single is. It happened twice yesterday where the single was right in the middle. It was basically in the bullseye of the single. And then they went to hit tops. That's exactly what Chris Dobey did just there. The 13. Was right. You can actually see the puncture mark in it to the right of that camera.
100.
Well, if it's exactly where you're aiming.
New shirt for 2018, that one from Kim. All of the ones previous have had a bit of colour to them, but maybe this is
99.
a sign of what he wants to do. He just wants to be a little bit more under the radar, a little bit more stealth.
100.
I think both have palm trees on them, which may be a new experience.
One of them's nearly blown over.
Yes.
140.
It's a very good spot, that, Dan. I didn't notice the palm trees on Chris Dobey's shirt, and trust me, there are no palm trees in Northumberland, apart from one house that I've seen in northern Northumberland that actually has a palm tree in the front garden.
Is it
40?
I can't imagine it's particularly healthy. Probably looks a bit more like the one on Kim's shirt.
What, haggard?
130.
Yeah, good darts. Dobey is giving himself a very good chance of levelling up here, having taken out the 113.
96.
Good treble from Kim, just in case Chris can't take care of this 71, but it's looking very likely that he will. Double 16. His doubles gave him trouble yesterday, and he said he was going to practice this double a lot. It's paid off. That's brilliant, because Kim is the kind of player that could take care of that 1-2-3 and break the heart of Dobey. It's 2-2 in a game that isn't disappointing right now.
59.
No. And Chris does have a very good record against Kim. 4 times they've met, 3 wins for Dobey, just the one for Belgium's number
57.
1. That one came on the Euro Tour. Their one meeting on the Euro Tour, the Austrian Darts Open a couple of years back. It was a second round game, so at this stage of the tournament. It was a big win as well, 6-1. But all the other matches won by Chris. A couple of them went the distance. That was prior to Austria. And their most recent meeting was at the Players' Championship Finals, Minehead, a tournament that Kim has made the final of. That's his best run in a PDC major, although he was excellent going to the semi-finals of the Grand Slam of darts. That's the run that got him into the Premier League for the first time.
Well, the last dart that came through there is the dart he's trying to eliminate.
96.
The one with the follow through where he wings it off in the wrong direction. There's a bit too much shoulder in it. I think he's trying to eliminate that shot from his game.
57.
If he could throw everything like his first dart, I think he'd be a lot more dangerous.
Well, you mentioned Wayne Mardle earlier on. Wayne was watching Chris on PDC TV as you were watching this, when he went all the way to the final as Kim.
133
to leave that 132. He didn't get anywhere near it last time he had a crack at it, but he might have to take it out this time. Return to the Wayne Mardle point in a moment, because that is a wonderful setup shot.
You can't afford to miss the 25 on the 132.
We should require 8.
Double 4 for a breakthrough on a 3-2 lead. Desmond, 2-2.
Chris Dobey
gets it.
Stick leg at Chris to throw first.
And he's back to the hockey in a flash. As you were, Dan.
Yeah, so Wayne Mardle was watching him, and he did play superbly right the way through the day, Chris Dobey. I think he started off the day with a 92 average, a 6-0 win, and everything else was around about that 100 mark until the final, when he threw 110 and missed doubles against Michael Van Gerwen.
96.
But Wayne, who I do rate incredibly highly at being able to just pick up on very, very subtle differences on players' throws and action.
86.
He was just of the belief that Dobey may have just extended his backswing a little more, and it may have just paid dividends
44.
in him finding the target. Now, I have to say, It's not something I'd picked up on, but then again, Wayne Mardle is an expert on darts. You asked Raymond van Barneveld, who said exactly that on Thursday night. In Ray's words, it may sound weird that a 5-time world champion listens to Wayne Mardle, but this guy knows everything about darts. His words. And he's right. It can just be tiny little changes that can reap huge rewards. And it's very easy. I mean, you'll know, Paul, it's very easy to get into bad habits when you've got an action which you think is staying the same, but it can actually change over time. We've seen that with a number of players.
Absolutely right. And you need somebody to tell you that you've got into that habit. Because you can't watch yourself play.
22.
You do have to have an open mind. Doesn't want that 4, he wanted an 18 at the very worst. Can leave a double now.
82.
This 76 will give him a 2-leg advantage, Chris Dobey. On throw. What's he going to do? 16 for tops? There's a low 20, so it's open. Oh, his doubles are better today, aren't they? 4-2 up, and his record against Kim.
Game on.
Maybe it's just in his head that I've got the wood on this guy.
Well, that one was where the single number was nowhere near the middle of the target, was it? It very nearly strayed into the 8, but he managed to compose himself and find the double. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Oh. 80.
Oh, what an adjustment, but a lot of people would have said after that first dart that the 19s would have been the shot.
I was about to say exactly the same thing, and then he's thrown 2 darts fantastically that both went into the treble 20. He's just very unlucky that it clipped a wire and fell out with the first attempt at it. This is great.
140.
He's one of those rare beasts, Chris Dobey, that he's got a slightly longer point and he can gather them together. Kim is the exact opposite. He scores heavily, but he's got a very short point, and the nub of the dart next to the point join nearly hits the board.
Yeah, and
100.
That is a case in point. 180 number 2 for Chris Dobey, and we've seen Kim in the past. He's moved to longer points to try and counter exactly
96.
that.
Chris
But he does jam that dart in right up to the knuckle, as it were. Look at this, is a wonderful leg from Chris Dobey. Double 16 for a 12 darter.
Oh, 69.
Wasn't a bad dart, that.
79.
Just ran out of juice at the end, and it's double 11 for Huybrechts. And he splits it, and he can't use the third one to kill the leg off. Donna can't believe it. Dobey back to the hockey for 5-2 at double 16. Is that awkward? Got to go low. What an adjustment. And that's about as much of a celebration as you'll see from Hollywood. Hollywood by name. Not so much Hollywood by nature. He's very workmanlike, but he's in a great position now to win this game and take on either Joe Cullen or Danny Noppert tomorrow.
60.
Well, this is potentially going to be another seeded player knocked out of the European Darts Open. It's potentially a 4th career victory for Chris Dobey over the Belgian number 1 and former Premier League player K.Huybrechts, and it's potentially his biggest ever win over K.Huybrechts, because 2 of their games have gone the distance, 6-5. The most recent win was 6-3 in Minehead in Dobey's favour, but he could be about to close this one out 6-2.
96.
Still some work to do in this leg if that is to happen.
What has changed
100.
in the mindset of the Dobey game in the last few weeks, because he does look a more confident player.
134.
Actually plays in the same local league as my dad on a Wednesday in Blythe, Northumberland. Plays for the Percy in Blythe, the pub that I was growing up very close to, and I was a nipper.
Has your old man beaten him?
Absolutely not.
93.
Now then,
141.
to seal the deal in style. Not going to happen. Huybrechts may only get 1 dart for the leg, though. And if that's the case,
50.
He's finishing.
78.
He's going to have to improve.
2 12s. Good guide.
66.
Couldn't use it, and a look of bewilderment on the face of Chris Dobey's opponent. And it's going to be tops now for the game. And that is a wonderful performance. Very well acknowledged from the Belgian. But the Geordie is saying, "How well, let's have a go at Sunday." This is very good indeed, isn't it, Dan?
It certainly is. Chris Dobey continues his run of form. All right, the average was down in the low 90s, 4 or 5 points less than his opponent, K.Huybrechts, but it did not matter because he was taking out some really impressive stuff at crucial moments. 113 checkout, that 91 checkout, there was a 76 as well and a 71. Very solid stuff from Chris Dobey, hitting more than half his darts at double, and K.Huybrechts, a two-time Euro Tour winner, dumped out, joining the likes of Kyle Anderson, Gerwyn Price and Ian White as seeded casualties. We've got 2 more games for you this afternoon. Mervyn King against Gabriel Clemens, the host nation qualifier. But coming up, we're going to find out whom Dobey faces in the last 16 tomorrow afternoon, as Danny Noppert takes on the rock star Joe Cullen.
Congratulations, Chris.